Well, Arsenal 4, Everton 0. Arsenal have gone ahead to win their game in hand. They're now level with Man City, 25 games, 25. Now Arsenal is having some good number of points ahead of City, and they are really doing it by themselves. They've won by 4-0. Martinelli with a brace. In the previous 3 games, he has had 4 goals. That is a very huge boost, and that is credit to Mikel Arteta for benching him and letting him know that, please, you need to lift up your standards every time in the field of play, because he used to be a little bit sloppy, but when they dropped him on and Trossard came on through and obviously scored and then created an assist for him, he looks like he's that player that wants to always be available, and he has shown the manager that I'm here to really get it done and dusted for the team of Arsenal. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share if at all you're watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload on a daily. Now let's talk about the table leaders, that is Arsenal, in a game full of revenge that Everton had coming through, knowing that, all right, we beat at our stadium. However much we're having a very bad record here. You put 5 past us last time and we scored 1. This time round we are coming to do the needful and really stop you. But Zinchenko in the first half releases Bukayo Saka, and Saka finds himself in a very good position. He scores with his weak foot, that is the right foot, and it shows you how much the manager of Arsenal is doing on the ground, because you get Saka into that position and he goes in for the near post in a tight angle with a weak foot. Obviously, that enough just puts the goalkeeper out of thoughts, because he cannot even think about where Bukayo Saka is going to put that ball in the back of the net. That's it. He cannot even think about it, because Saka goes in for a near post effort with his weak foot. Then Saka pressed very well that last man of Everton towards the end of the first half. They pressed him very well. After pressing him very well, they went ahead and found themselves in a position that stole that ball off him, and Martinelli doubled the lead. So Arsenal ended the first half with a 2-goal lead. You get? Very commanding, very commanding. And by the way, if you're watching that game very closely, Everton had really played a low block. They're making it hard for Arsenal to really score. And it was really hard to know which type of goal Arsenal was going to score, because everything they tried out looked like that entire team of Everton had really read them out very well. But the brilliance of Zinchenko, and guys, what shows you that Arsenal was all over this team, and that is Everton. Zinchenko, by the time he releases Saka to score that goal, he was onto the right side where Saka plays. Remember, he's a left back, but he found himself this side because he felt like Everton were playing a low block. They're having lots of numbers in their defense, and it was hard for them to really break them down. But Zinchenko's brilliancy, he releases a very good pass to a player called Bukayo Saka, and Bukayo Saka breaks the dreadlock. Then the rest has been history. You get? They've just gone ahead to tear them apart. In the second half, Trossard coming in through, creating that third goal for Martin Odegaard. Nketiah coming in through, and obviously does an assist for Gabriel Martinelli. But I'm happy for Gabriel Martinelli. You know, I love Martinelli, I love Bukayo Saka, and I like them scoring goals, because the game of football has shifted so much from your individual performances as they were way back when the Zidanes were the winners of the Ballon d'Ors. Ronaldinho had some goals with him, but there are players that I've seen in this game of football that we are not appreciated because of not having scored very many goals. You get? Andrea Pirlo, Clarence Seedorf, such players are the ones I'm talking about. Players who score goals have gone ahead to win very many Ballon d'Ors, but this time round, it has changed a lot. People look at the goals, and if at all someone is asked who created the goal of Bukayo Saka, he won't tell you. He will just say Bukayo Saka scored the first goal of Arsenal, but he won't tell you exactly who really led to that goal. It was obviously a player called Zinchenko. The second goal, they press together, Saka and Martinelli. They press out that player, and then he concedes into what we call giving out possession for a team known as Arsenal. And obviously, he surrendered the ball, and obviously they went ahead to really score that goal. And Arsenal really went ahead to find itself scoring very many beautiful goals. For the third goal, it was obviously a player known as Trossard, who runs well and put in a cutback. And let's talk about a little bit of Trossard. You know, it is really exciting to Arsenal fans, and I think Mikel Arteta sits down there and says with the board, oh, our £100 million, our 100 million euros were not wasted. When you look at the way Mikhailo Modric is suffering at Chelsea, amidst everything happening at Chelsea, that the team is not really performing very well, but a player who comes in at 100 million euros at the club needs to be lifting up the club. Look at a player like Enzo Fernandez. His efforts are seen in the midfield. He's doing his job. You get, because his job is not to score goals. His job is to provide balls and really win those balls in the midfield. The checkmates that he does very well. He does everything very, very well for the club. But the forwards are letting him down. Mikhailo Modric looks like he is known too well with the coach of Chelsea. You expect him to come in through and put in performances like he put up on his debut when he's playing against Liverpool. He looked very good. He looked like he had something different in him. Ever since then, when you turn the game of Fulham, played very bad. He never started a game of Chelsea again. He's coming off from the bench. Even when he comes off the bench, he's looking rusty. And guess who was his alternative signing that Arsenal went in for? It was Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard has gone ahead to score 1 goal and put up 2 assists for Arsenal. Something that we've been calling in for, and Mikel Arteta has gone in for, that Nketiah, having missed lots of chances, he doesn't need to start these games. And you see the combination between Leandro Trossard and Martinelli building up. So, to me, I don't support Arsenal, but I'm eagerly waiting for the return of Gabriel Jesus. Because if Jesus is going to be playing that team with Trossard, maybe Martinelli or who, Arsenal is going to be unstoppable. And he is training with the first team. Let no one lie to you that he's not training with the first team. He's training with the first team. That is Gabriel Jesus. You see, Arsenal today went ahead and scored 4 goals without Jesus. You get? But what do you think this Arsenal team is going to be when they're having Jesus? They're going to be having a rich bench. That means Nketiah will be back on the bench. Martinelli or Trossard will be back. Who else? Jorginho or Partey, one of those will be on the bench. So it shows you that a lot of options are really available for Arsenal. And when did Arsenal last score 4 goals and keep a clean sheet? Especially Emirates. To me, you know, there are positives I look at when this game of football is being played because I relate them to the past. This is, I think, the 3rd clean sheet that Arsenal is keeping at Emirates. The first clean sheet was against Nottingham Forest. Which other clean sheet has Arsenal kept? Against Newcastle, they kept a clean sheet, 0-0. And now, they've kept another clean sheet, the 3rd one. So, if Arsenal continue to play like that and keeping clean sheets, they are going to win this trophy because it's hard for them to fail to really win, to really score. They are always good to score. And Partey came on through and also played very well. So, it shows you that Arsenal, if they don't concede goals and keep clean sheets, because I saw Ramsdale coming in and putting in some good effort of saves, if they don't really concede goals, they are going to win the trophy. I support Manchester United. Ferguson told us that clean sheets win games, win trophies, and goals win matches. Every time you keep a clean sheet, you are just fronting yourself in a position of being able to win what we call a trophy. That's it. Because you are just a second away or a minute away from scoring a goal. Because there are very many games that if I told Arsenal after never conceded goals, they would have gone ahead to win them. The game of Brentford, they don't concede. They win that game of football amidst the VAR coming in for really denying them the other 2 points. But they would have defended better amidst VAR was not on their side. You get? The game of Man City, if they don't concede 3, they at least get a draw and keep their goal difference. And keep their point difference between them and City. You get? The game against Southampton, they don't concede. They would have gone ahead to really get 3 points. So, it shows you the best explanation of if you keep clean sheets, you win the trophy. But the signings of Trossard and Jorginho are really important into the season of Arsenal. You know, Arsenal is left on only 2 tournaments and they're really playing very well. They are getting back after that loss to Everton. draw to Brentford, 3-1 loss to Manchester City. They look like lost of character, but the likes of Jorginho, Zinchenko lifted up this team against Aston Villa. Amidst them going down twice and coming back twice, Jorginho found himself scoring a very important goal for a side called Arsenal. Then Martinelli scored, and Martinelli, he scored against Aston Villa. He scored the only goal that saw Arsenal win against Leicester City. Today has scored a brace, 4 goals in his previous 3 games. That is Martinelli for you, and that's the Martinelli I want. I want to see him firing in like that because he is the sparking point of Arsenal, especially on that left attacking side of the midfield. But even the manager, Mikel Arteta, I would like to credit him for the game they played today because he really came in through and really made the changes that were really necessary. You know, when a player like Nketiah costs you in the game of Aston Villa, game of Everton, game of Man City, 3 games, getting chances and not scoring them, put him back on the bench. That's why you see to it that he comes in through, he puts in an assist for Martinelli, and obviously they make it 4. So, and that shows you that Arsenal is in need of a striker that is going to go ahead and really score the remaining goals. However much Jesus is returning, but next season, they need to go ahead and really get in a striker. You get, maybe he's trusting Trossard to play as a false number 9. Maybe, but I think it can act better because you need a prolific number 9 at certain times because Nketiah looks like he can't do the job. He can't do the job, and that is proven beyond reasonable doubt. But let's talk about the clean sheet kept by Arsenal. That is the 11th clean sheet kept by the goalkeeper of Arsenal, Aaron Ramsdale, this week. And they are hosting Bournemouth on Sunday. I think they're going to keep another one to level up with Nick Pope. Nick Pope is the only goalkeeper that had kept more clean sheets than Ramsdale. Now they're having, he's having 11. Nick Pope has 12 clean sheets. That is Nick Pope for you. And as it stands, Nick Pope is really suspended and he's having some other 2 games not to play in the Premier League. So it looks like he's not going to see himself coming in through to really continue keeping clean sheets. They are playing against City over the weekend and Arsenal is hosting Bournemouth. I think another clean sheet is going to be kept at Arsenal. And obviously that's what you would love to see when you are a team like Arsenal. Dominating play, keeping clean sheets. Zinchenko playing everywhere, even switching to the right. Although he's a left back. You get Jorginho getting in some minutes. Thomas Partey coming in on through and really getting some minutes. And to rotate like that is really something. But I think now, even in the game of Bournemouth, even if Jorginho gets benched, he won't feel bad because he has played 90 minutes in the game of City, 90 minutes in the game of Aston Villa, 90 minutes in the game of Leicester City. He has played some good minutes in the game of Everton. 4 consecutive games. I think he needs a rest now. Let Partey come in through, play some 2 games. Jorginho comes in through, also plays. I think that's what's supposed to be at Arsenal. But I would love, in the game of Bournemouth, to see Mikel Arteta trying out Thomas Partey in a more advanced position and Jorginho playing behind him with Granit Xhaka left out. I would love to see that. So, Arsenal are winning. They are on the Premier League table and they are really leading by example and they are topping it very, very hardly. I mean, look at how they scored their goals. 40th minute, 5 minutes later, they scored another one. Then 26 minutes later, they scored another one through Martin Odegaard. And I'm happy for Odegaard because he had taken long without scoring a goal. When did he last score a goal? Against Wolverhampton? Was it Wolverhampton Wanderers? I think it was against Tottenham Hotspur. That shot that he really took outside the Tina's box area. I think that's when he last scores. He missed out on his seat against Aston Villa, an empty net. He missed out on that. So getting him back on the score sheet is really good because it's going to improve onto his confidence. And if at all you get Odegaard back to how he was scoring goals before you guys went into the World Cup break, as you brought back Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, Jesus is returning, I think Arsenal is going to be one of the deadliest sides to really stop. They're going to be unstoppable and they're going to be one of those hard sides to go ahead and really find in a position of losing according to me. So let's go to the team stats and see how Arsenal played today and how they dominated the game of football. 15 shots by Arsenal. Everton had 8. 5 shots on target. More 3-4 would have been on target. But the good thing is that out of the 5, 4 crossed the line. That shows you how clinical Arsenal were. 5 shots on target by Everton. 74% ball possession by Arsenal. 26 ball possession by Everton. 444 passes completed by Arsenal. Oh my God. They averaged close to 370 passes. Sorry, 320 passes per half. Oh my God. Everton only made 270. Then they had 87% passing accuracy. Then 67% passing accuracy for Everton. Then 5 fouls by Arsenal, 12 fouls by Everton. That means they lost the ball a lot and they're fighting for it. 0 yellow cards. 2 Arsenal, 2 to Everton. No red cards to both sides. 4 offsides to Arsenal, 2 to Everton. 5 corners for Arsenal and 1 for Everton. It shows you how Arsenal was really dominant. Look at this. 744 passes completed by Arsenal. Oh my God. And it shows you how Arsenal did the same thing against Leicester City. They passed that ball around. And with Jorginho, he's really a very good guy. 87% passing accuracy, really great. And let's look at the table and maybe call it quits before we get back into the match reactions in the second video. We look at the table. Arsenal has played 25 games, 19 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, 56 goals scored, 23 goals conceded. They're having a goal difference of 33 and they're having 60 points. The goal difference is really so much important because you might find yourself that this trophy might be won on goal difference. Arsenal might level with City at the end of the season, and goals scored and goals conceded might result into one being the winner of the trophy. So if I told you are Arsenal, you would love to go ahead and really score more because City is having 39. That means 6 more is City having ahead of Arsenal. Then we are having 25 games played by City, 17 wins, 4 losses, 4 draws. Then 64 goals scored by City. They've conceded 25. That is 39 goal difference with 55 points. Manchester United, 24 games played. They're having 15 wins. They're having 4 draws, 5 losses, 41 goals scored, 28 goals conceded, 13 goal difference with 49 points, meaning that if United win their game they have in hand, they will be at 52, just 6 points, just 8 points behind Arsenal, and 3 behind City. That's it. Tottenham Hotspur, I think for them, they're just looking at this man known as Liverpool, who has gone ahead to win today. 39 points. Remember, Spurs has played 1 game more than him. If at all Liverpool win their game of football they have in hand, there will be 3 points off the 4th place. But there is a team known as Newcastle. If Newcastle wins its other game, they will be having at 44 points. So that means their battle is going to be in between them and it's going to be between Liverpool, Newcastle, and Tottenham Hotspur. I think United are really way above them because when you look at Liverpool, they're having 39 points and United is having 49. So 10-point difference. There is no way Liverpool is going to go ahead and really close them down. Unless otherwise, over the weekend, they go ahead and really beat United. That is possible. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Your reactions to Everton, to Arsenal 4, Everton 0 are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. Good night. Bye-bye. I'm returning with the player ratings later. Arsenal top on table, back on top of the table, and obviously they are really winning and leading by example. Bye-bye.